last week, and we had a little bit of discussion about the Chad tag because oh my god, the F smash right away. We had a bit of discussion about the Chad tag because in a game versus Bobby, she side B'd off and landed on Randall, and before she landed on Randall, Bobby gave a homie stock, and Louise did not reciprocate.
Oh.
I was on team that's a Chad move.
That is definitely a Chad. I would
Instinct was
support.
against me.
I mean,
But,
that's like
that was a Chad stock right there.
Dude,
I will say.
Chad is a so the thing behind Chad, because I've known Louise for a good bit now. The thing with Chad is that like Chad is like a frat guy. It's like we're gonna put booze in all the booze in all the water fountains and cameras in all the girls' locker rooms. Like that's who Chad is. So I can definitely see it's a very we take those mentality. Like
I mean, I will say, I don't know.
Ooh, that was spicy. She
The
gave
turn-up
her the
backer?
big booty.
I will say, I had a friend who spent an evening with a man named Chad.
Yes.
And she said he did not reciprocate, which like, Bobby's the young friend going down there, and Louise the Chad not reciprocating. I mean, the parallels are quite clear.
This is a little whack.
Anyway, back to the match.
This is a little whack.
Back
all right.
match.
So they're going pretty even right now.
Yeah,
as I suspected, Louise is keeping Shogun at a distance. That was interesting.
Yeah, both stocks being taken by Turnip Aerial. See if Louise can kind of augment her recoveries, because she's just been kind of side being straight into it the first couple stocks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so first half of that game didn't really matter. Seen a lot of strengths from the two players. See how they adjust as the game goes on. Feels like Louise playing a little more reserved.
I think I think whoever wins this is not going to take momentum from the other. I think we might actually go to Game 3 with this. That's just my official predictions to see how things are going right now. I think, at least I know from Louise's side, and it also seems like Shogun's the kind of guy, they seem both like the people who would not have the momentum taken from them. They still stride on, they still fight strong. Even if they've lost, they're the kind of people who still keep moving. And there's more power shielded lasers.
Yeah.
Those will be the bane of Falcos everywhere.
The dare on the high recovery, that's kind of interesting. But there you kind of see a Louise going for an up B and angling it instead of side being straight back to ledge when she was in a scenario where she could be edge guarded.
She was very lucky to be able to shield that entire down smash.
Yeah, not often you see that.
Yeah, sometimes they let go early, or sometimes someone will just get hit by it out of the blue.
I mean, just shield broke because of how many hitboxes there are on it.
That as well. She probably angled the shield pretty well. It didn't look like it, though.
Well, the thing about multi-hit moves is if you angle a shield, a hit resets it back to neutral. So in that situation, you actually have to light shield.
I see.
Another power shield laser. I haven't been watching too closely to see if Shogun's been doing like subfloats into power shield, because you can like do a subfloat into a light shield and it creates a really big range for the power shield.
Wow. Since it's been a lot of months since I've been like heavy on the scene of Melee, there's new techs and techniques that I have not been used to, and it seems like Shogun's going to take the first game.
So quick side note, I talked to Louise last week, and she said she, whenever possible, tries to not switch characters in set. So even though, Louise has a very legitimate... Making me eat my words. I guess I was going to say, with such a strong matchup, you wonder if we are going to see it.
Oh boy, here we go.
But, talk about a change of momentum. Peach Puff.
The princesses, absolutely.
I have watched exactly 3 matches of Peach Puff in my life. One was a SoCal Florida crew battle where they brought in they brought in Hungrybox versus MacD, and the other was an Arcadian. So all I know is even if you don't play this matchup a lot, eventually the Puff is going to figure out that literally Peach can do nothing about back air. There's just like, look at that. What does Peach do?
Not much.
Nothing.
You can try a jab, but like Jigglypuff works in the air just so well that she can probably avoid jab pretty well. So you have to just face it.
Yeah.
Work around it. And that might be hard because Louise is the kind of player that thrives off of getting you into a position that you can't get out of. But this is this beginning stock doesn't seem to be going as well, being held off a lot, but I think she's going to learn, and I think she's going to try and bring it back.
I feel like there's more from the Peach side that you can learn in a single game than there is from or more from the Puff side that you can learn in a single game than there is from the Peach side.
Indeed.
And again, you know, Shogun's kind of controlled the pace of this stock, but not as much to show for it.
All it takes is a rest. All it takes is one well-placed rest, and then it's
yeah.
we're in.
At this percent, you don't even need it. You need 2 back airs and then an up tilt rest, and then the whole pace of the game changes.
A lot of power shields today. That is like the theme of the day. And there we go. There's a rest out of shield. And we're back to it. We're now in a position where things are seeming just okay for Jeez Louise.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I played Jeez Louise last set, and she kind of remembered in game 3.
We tried to go for the nair rest.
I remember when I played her, she said, I realized game 3, oh, I can just up tilt rest, and then everything will be fine. So as long as she remembers that, I wouldn't bet against a game 3.
She's really good at the rest setups for so many different things, like we saw out of shield. She's done nair rests before, I've seen done. Spent a lot of time playing friendlies with Jeez Louise. Part of the reason I'm here today, actually, because, you know, it wasn't going to do anything else. I finally busted out my old setup, and I was playing out on my porch today. I got a nice little portable, like, little tiny television I could take. And, oh, okay, we're playing around way off stage today.
I will say that the one thing about Jeez Louise is she missed the last rest, but she is not one to lose confidence over this rest.
Absolutely, yeah, no, she smiles, shrugs it off, and keeps moving. Yeah. She's having fun. That's, you know, how we should all be with Melee, you know.
And more importantly, she's going to keep going for rests.
That was that nice little reverse hit in air. Back that booty right up. All right, well, we're opening up Peach's Fresh Produce shop today. There's a lot of the turnips flying around. Someone's going to get a deal on some healthy organic food.
I mean, sometimes in this matchup, especially on this stage, it kind of feels like I need to pull 4 Stitch Faces if I want to win.
True.
Shogun has been doing a pretty good job. Doesn't seem to be too frustrated about the fact that Puff is living to 150.
Well, that's... Oh.
His air dodge.
I have no idea why that happened, and I'm sure she doesn't either. Sometimes Melee is an unforgiving monster. I have a lot of mean things to say about this game.
About this game?
No,
about this match in particular?
This match is awesome. I love these two people, but this game in general, Melee as a game, is it's caused me lots of upset feelings because I'm bad. But it's okay, because as long as you have fun, everybody has fun.
That's a fantastic attitude.
Took me a long time to develop this attitude.
That's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to live that cowabunga lifestyle.
That Hakuna Matata, if you will.
I gotta say, I just watched the live action in air quotes Lion King movie.
How much does it differ from the plot?
The plot doesn't really differ at all. I think overall the animated movie is better, but I had a good experience with the live action one.
Yeah, that's good. I was hoping there, like, a lot of reboots change plots. They try to make it like, oh, it's a new story, new age, you know, and they try to change it up. But, you know, you stick to these.
There were some lines that I feel like they didn't have the same effects because they kind of changed it around. But I will say the one thing that disappoints me is my favorite character is always Timon. Rest out of shield. There it is.
There it is.
Out of nowhere.
And as I predicted, we're going to go to game 3. I knew this was going to... I knew it. I knew we were going to go to game 3. I predicted this. Did I not predict this?
You did predict this. Now, here's the thing. If Jeez Louise is switching character, I was going to say if Jeez Louise tries to go Yoshi's, or I guess Stadium with Fox, does Jeez Louise go back to Falco?
Okay, but let's think about this. Was the Fox pick really the move here? You're against Jigglypuff. One of her biggest strengths is Spaceys. I know for Louise personally, maybe not the character Puff, but she's against Spaceys all the time, and it seems to be working out so far.
Well, here's the thing. I told you at the beginning of the set that Shogun has a Fox. This is not a counter pick that he plays exclusively for Puff. This is a legitimate character that he plays.
All right. Okay. So
he's played it versus by Marth, for example. So it's not like he's just throwing something at a wall to see what sticks. My concern is that he was doing pretty well on Jeez Louise's counter pick. Why not why not try it on your own counter pick? But if he feels more comfortable with this matchup.
I am just worried for Shogun because I know Jeez Louise. I know Jeez Louise. I've seen her play a lot. And against Spaceys, if she gets you in a grab, then you're in for like the next 3 or 4 hits, and that might end in your death.
Like
just as it just has, and that's where I'm concerned for Shogun if this was the necessary pick for him, because this might mean that he loses the set, and we'll see how it goes. He's really good at keeping up the damage, but who knows?
I will say the thing about Shogun is he's very patient and he's good at this matchup both from Peach and Fox. Basically, why not just make this the same as he was playing the Peach Puff matchup, but just a lot easier for himself?
Well, like we've seen, he is.
You gotta laser first. He's dead if you laser. Instead, it's just about 25 damage, which is good, but
you gotta make use of every second you have.
You gotta convert that into a stock.
Yeah, that Puff comes back soon. Always comes back sooner than you think. She always wakes up sooner than you think she's going to.
The thing is, you have time. That's gonna trade stocks. The thing is, you have time from when the Puff starts waking up to stop lasering and up smash.
True.
Like that should have been a stock every time, and now Shogun at a slight deficit.
Only slight though. This is quite even for each other. I think
out off stage. I don't think Shogun had a jump, but he gets back to ledge.
He was very lucky to make it back alive after one connected back air.
And you could tell he was very content to just take center stage and throw out some more lasers.
Absolutely.
Because right now Puff's at kill percent for an up throw rest.
Yeah.
And an up smash now.
Puff is one of the very few characters that you can really see the difference of using Fox lasers. That was a risky move there. It could have all been over, but Puff really doesn't have a lot of downward hitboxes to stunt the recovery of Fox. Fox is a broken Frankenstein who comes back to life.
I will say, the one thing about Puff versus lasers is Puff also doesn't really have a way to counter it. You talked about how power shields were kind of
the thing for Falco.
Well, or just the thing of the day, because we saw, power shielding Peach nairs. But Puff kind of has to spend her whole time in the air because she's slow.
So there's not really a whole lot of time to get off power shields.
Yeah. I also don't know how good Jeez Louise is at the power shields.
Yeah, there are some techs that in Melee, we're blessed not to have to learn all of them, because if we got a few that work out for us, then if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can only make it better, but there are people who pick up certain techs and they use them to their advantage to an extent that it shoots them into a PR. Like, what was Borg? Guy who doesn't use any tech skill. Borg.
Yeah, the
Borg.
Pittsburgh Chic.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh scene is whack. So we talked about how quickly these stocks are going to be going as opposed to Peach Puff.
And now Puff is living to 179.
193 on Stadium.
Yeah, that was an impressive feat.
So Shogun bounces. I'm just going to stop saying words.
What's the point of commentating when everything happens so fast? Are you kidding me? We should just add, you don't need commentators for Melee. You need a DJ for Melee. That would just make it
there's the up throw.
1,000 times more interesting.
Jeez Louise clutched out the last game with a rest while down in percent, so it's definitely possible. The problem is, up throw, misses it.
No, this is it. This could
smash.
Be it. He knows it's over. She knows it's over.
She stood up beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean,
she knew it was over
I said
before.
she doesn't lose confidence in her rest, and that was true.